My name is Disbetho. I'm a teacher of mathematics and chemistry. Today we are going to discuss about Moore concept and related calculation. So this concept is needing serious concentration because most of the students they confuse and they think it is difficult concept, but in reality it is very simple, and today you are going to clear any query. So be careful. As introduced before, we are going to discuss about Moore concept and related calculation. Now in this topic we are expecting to cover the following content. We are going to discuss about two major subtopics. Topic number one is Moore concept. Moore as a unit of measurement. And also we are going to discuss about application of Moore concept. Now, before starting the definition and what is Moore concept, we first need to have a prior knowledge about counting amount of substances. And here we have, in our everyday life, we measure quantities or amount of a substance in their special unit. So measuring amount of a substance in their special unit. Example, length can be measured in meter, mass of a substance can be measured in kilogram, also time can be measured in a second. We have volume of a substance can be measured in liter or decimeter cubic. Now, remember, also we have a special unit of groups of things that give number of objects in single package. We have a special unit of group of things that give number or quantity of object in a single package. For example, we are going to see here, we have pair. RC example. Example for special units that show group of things that give number of objects in a single package. We have pair. Pair is a special unit in which a single package consists of two objects. And also we have dozen. Dozen is a special unit in which in a single package it consists of 12 objects. For example, we have dozen of exercise book. So when we're talking about dozen, we mean a single package which consists of 12 objects. Also we have a gross. A gross is a special unit in which a single package consists of 144 objects. Yes, also we have ring. Ring is a special unit of a single package which consists of 500 objects. And now, all these units used in counting or giving quantity of objects, especially observable objects that can be seen. Now, in chemistry, because we are dealing with the simple and the smallest particles that cannot be seen by our naked eye, also can be proved only by looking at the effect. Chemical reaction taking place, then we see what is happening. Then we say chemical reaction takes place. So in chemistry, we're going to deal with a very thin particles, very small particles. When we are talking about particles in chemistry, we mean atom, molecule, and because atom has subatomic particles, for example, electron, proton, neutron, and also we have ions. We have cation, we have anions. So these are particles are very small particles that cannot be seen by our naked eye. Hence, in chemistry, they come up with mole. The idea of mole is now released. Now, before dealing with mole concept, remember, this special unit have or used in counting quantity of large or visible objects. Now, because in chemistry we are dealing so the special units are or used in counting quantity of large or visible object. Example, pair, dozen, ring, gross. These are used for counting visible object. But because in chemistry we are dealing with very small and invisible particles in most cases. These particles are like electron, proton, neutron, atom, or molecule. Hence, there were a need to introduce a unit that will be used in counting these smallest particles. Now, when dealing with this one, we deal with experimental fact. Experimentally, they were dealing with carbon as a standard reference element. Now, carbon is a standard reference element. Experimentally, it shows that 1 mole of carbon element consists of 60.02 times 10 raised to exponent 23. Now, how does this number obtained? Experimentally also it shows that 1 atom of carbon of carbon 12 give 1.993 times 10 raised to negative 23. So 1 atom of carbon 12 equals to 1.993 times 10 raised to exponent negative 23. Now this is going to give us the answer how this constant number is obtained. And now we ask ourselves, we know 1 mole of a substance, especially 1 mole of carbon element. 1 mole of carbon element consisting of 12 grams. Now, if 1 atom of carbon 12 is equal to 1.993 times 10 raised to negative exponent 23 grams, therefore, 12 grams equals to how many atoms? We make here X. Now, in a calculation with cross multiplication here, we are going to have 1.993 times 10 raised to exponent 3x. But now x equals to 12 gram divided by 1.993 times 10 raised to exponent negative 23. Now this gives us value of x equals to approximately 6.02214 times 10 raised to 23. Now, this value approximately equals to 60.02 times 10 raised to 23. Now, this means that if one atom of carbon 12 equals to 1.993 times 10 raised to negative 23, therefore, 12 grams of carbon is equal to 60.022 times 10 raised to 23. Now, these are number of atoms of carbon. Therefore, we say 1 mole of carbon 12. 1 mole of carbon 12 1 mole of carbon 12 equals to 12 grams. Now, if this 12 grams equals to this one, equals to 60.02 times 10 raised to exponent 23 atoms. Hence, 1 mole of any substance is equal to 60.02 times 10 raised to 23 particles. Now, because this carbon has been used as a standard reference, and we can consider by studying calcium. We know measurements show that calcium, 1 atom of calcium is equal to 6.6445 times 10 raised to negative 23. And we know that calcium, 1 mole of calcium equals to 40 grams. Therefore, if 1 mole of calcium equals to this 1 gram, therefore how can this 40 gram will be equals to how many? We find X equals to 40 divided by 6.6445, which is equal to approximately 6.02001 times 10 raised to negative 23. So, atoms. This shows that for every 1 mole of a substance, it will consist approximately of 60.02 times 10 raised to negative 23. Therefore, because of this one now, we are going to define the meaning of the mole. Let's see now the definition of mole. Now, by considering the standard reference, which is carbon, we can define a mole is amount of a substance that contains as many elemental particles as there are number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon 12. Is amount of a substance contain as many elemental particles as there are number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12. And because we know that in 12 grams of carbon-12, there are 60.02 times 10 raised to exponent 23 particles or atoms. Now, simply we can define we say mole of a substance is the amount of a substance which contain Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number, not Avogadro's number denoted by letter NaOl equals to 6.02 times 10 raised to 23. So, mole of a substance is the amount of that substance which contains Avogadro's number. Or by using standard reference carbon, we can define mole is the amount of a substance that contains as many elemental particles as there are number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12. Simply now, you can understand the meaning of mole and where now here we can clear your problem. So don't claim the meaning, don't memorize, just understand. Mole is a unit of measurement. Now, mole is a unit of measurement. We are coming here. We have a special unit of group of things that give number of objects in a single package. Therefore, a mole is a special unit in which in a single package or one mole that consists of Avogadro's number, which is equal to 6.02 times 10 raised to 23. Therefore, when we are talking about mole, we mean amount of a substance which consists 60.02 times 10 raised to exponent 23 particles. And when we are talking about particles, we mean atom, proton, electron, neutron, and molecule. Thank you. Now, here we have completed about the concept of mole concept. And this is known as Avogadro's constant because it was first the start of atoms made by Mr. Amedeo Avogadro, an Italian scientist, who is a specialist in mathematics and physics, but automatically it came to him because he was the first to determine the mass of the smallest particles, which is electron. So Amedeo, because of his first experiment that showed the mass of an electron, they honored him by giving this constant number as Avogadro's number, because the number of very thin particles which cannot be seen. Simply. Now, student, can you tell me what is mole? Simply, mole is nothing but the unit of measurement. So mole is the amount of a substance which consists of Avogadro's number, or is the amount of a substance which consists as many elemental particles which are proton, neutron, electron, molecule, atoms, and there are number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12. So simply, you can define this by using this definition or by using the definition this one. Thank you for this session. Now, second session, we're going to discuss about the application of mole concept. Applications of mole concept. in application